All right, so welcome everyone to something kind of new from us over here at DGI Waterproofing,
Yeah.
You might remember our show, Building Foundations. We had a pretty good run with that one, talking all about keeping your property, on solid ground, right?
Yeah, solid foundations for sure.
But things here at DGI, well, we're always moving, always digging a little deeper, you could say, right?
Always digging.
And that's why we're really excited to introduce you to our brand new deep dive,
Okay.
This one's UnderCover, Waterproofing and Underpinning Secrets, the podcast by DGI Waterproofing.
That's us.
That's right. And for this very first deep dive of this new show, we're going to be tackling something, super important if you're a homeowner here in Mississauga, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we go about our day, working at DGI Waterproofing in Mississauga, something that's top of mind, and I bet it is for a lot of homeowners out there, is basement flooding.
It is definitely a growing concern.
Yeah, it's a huge concern.
Yeah.
I mean, heavier rainfalls.
Yeah.
Our city infrastructure isn't getting any younger. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Aging infrastructure definitely contributes to the risk.
Yeah. So the good news is Mississauga has launched some 2025 waterproofing rebates.
Oh, very good.
Okay. And that's what we're going to be talking about today.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in this deep dive, our mission is simple: to give you a clear understanding of the two main rebate options that are available in Mississauga for 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're going to walk you through who's eligible, what kind of waterproofing work qualifies,
Sure.
and step by step, how you can actually apply and get that money back.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, think of this as your shortcut to saving thousands of dollars
Yeah.
and protecting your home.
Exactly.
Because as DGI Waterproofing, we specialize in installing all these eligible flood protection systems.
Yeah.
We also, as part of, the way we install things, make sure everything meets the city standards so you get your rebate approved.
Yeah, that's really important.
Okay.
It's important for homeowners to understand that.
Yeah.
We're not just installing these solutions, but we understand the city's requirements inside and out.
Yeah.
And that's part of what we bring to the table.
Okay, so let's jump right in.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, the first option is the flood prevention rebate. Okay, but this one is specifically designed if your home has already experienced flooding.
Okay, so if you've unfortunately already had some water in your basement,
Right.
this is the rebate for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the city has recognized
Yeah.
that if you've been through a flooding event, you're probably, pretty keen to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Absolutely, you want to make sure it doesn't happen again.
So this rebate
Yeah.
is aimed at helping you build that resilience into your home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So if your basement's flooded due to heavy rain on or after July 8th, 2013,
Okay.
that's a really important date.
So make a note of that, July 8th, 2013.
Right. You could be eligible for up to 50% of the cost, up to a maximum of $3,000.
Okay, that's pretty significant.
It is. And,
Yeah.
when you're facing all those repairs and upgrades after a flood,
Yeah.
that kind of financial support can really make a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah, it could take a huge weight off your shoulders.
So to be eligible, you need to own a detached, semi-detached duplex or townhouse
Okay.
in Mississauga.
So those are the eligible property type.
Right. It's for individual homeowners,
Right.
not for businesses.
Right.
Okay. And of course,
Yeah.
it's important that you don't have any outstanding issues with the city,
Yeah.
like unpaid taxes or unresolved bylaw infractions.
Yeah, you got to be in good standing with the city.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the specific types of improvements that are covered.
Okay, so what can you actually get money back for?
Right. So we're looking at both interior and exterior work.
All right, so both inside and outside the house.
So inside your home,
Yeah.
you could get money back for things like water-resistant flooring and wall materials.
Okay.
Think about how much easier the cleanup and reduced damage
Oh, yeah.
that could mean for you after a flood.
Absolutely.
Also elevating your electrical systems and your HVAC.
Okay.
So that's your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning equipment.
Yeah, important stuff.
Yeah, can prevent serious damage if the water levels rise.
Right, because you don't want that stuff getting damaged.
No, you don't. And they can be really expensive to fix.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So even smaller things like moisture sensors and alarms can give you that early warning.
Yeah, those are important too.
Yeah. And on the outside of your home,
Okay, shifting to the exterior.
right, the rebate covers things like regrading your yard
Okay.
to make sure rainwater flows away from the foundation.
So that's all about proper drainage.
Right? A simple but effective solution.
Yeah, very important.
Applying exterior waterproof coatings or membranes to your foundation walls is another one.
Yeah, those are key.
Okay. And even something as simple as installing window well covers.
Oh, yeah, those make a big difference.
Yeah, make a big difference. So if you think you might be eligible for this flood prevention rebate, here's what you need to do to apply.
All right, lay it on me.
Okay, so start gathering your paperwork.
Okay.
You're going to need your property tax bill.
Right.
Proof of the flooding event.
So things like photos or insurance claims?
Yeah, exactly. Things like that.
Okay.
And of course, the paid receipts for any work you've already completed or are planning to do.
So make sure you keep all those receipts organized.
Yeah, keeping good records is really important for these applications.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then you'll need to head over to the City of Mississauga's website.
Right.
Find their flood resilience rebate page.
Oh.
That's where you complete the online application.
Makes sense.
The deadline to submit your application is December 31st, 2025.
All right, so you've got some time.
Yeah, but here's a really important point. These rebates are processed on a first-come, first-served basis.
Oh, okay, so don't delay.
Yeah, don't wait.
Get that application in early.
The sooner you get your application in, the better.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's move on to the second opportunity.
All right, let's hear about it.
The basement flooding protection rebates.
Okay.
All right, now, this one is all about being proactive.
So preventing flooding before it even happens.
It's accurately helping homeowners prevent basement flooding from happening.
That's great.
Okay, and this is where you could see some really significant financial assistance.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, the maximum total rebate you can receive under this program is $7,500.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money that could really offset the cost of these systems.
Yeah, that's a huge help.
Okay, and that's not just a single amount. It's broken down into rebates for various preventative measures.
Okay.
Okay.
So you can kind of pick and choose what you need.
You can customize your approach, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Similar to the first rebate, you need to be the registered owner of a detached, semi-detached duplex or townhouse in Mississauga.
Okay, same property types as before.
Right, and you have to be an individual homeowner
Right.
with no unpaid taxes or active municipal bylaw violations.
Okay.
There is one more eligibility requirement, though.
Okay, what's that?
You can't have received a sump pump rebate from the city in the past 10 years.
Oh, okay, so if you've already gotten a sump pump rebate recently, you're not eligible for this one.
Yeah. So now let's get into the flood prevention measures.
Okay, the specifics.
Right, that are covered under this rebate and how much money you can get back.
All right, let's break it down.
Okay. First up, and this is a big one, sump pump installation.
Sure.
Up to $6,000
Wow.
for that.
Okay.
And as we know here at DGI Waterproofing,
Uh-huh.
a properly installed and maintained sump pump system
Yeah,
is often the most critical first line of defense
absolutely.
against basement flooding.
It's essential.
Okay, our team are certified professionals.
Yeah.
And we ensure that any sump pump system we install meets the city's requirements for this rebate.
Okay, so you're taking care of everything.
We take care of it all.
Okay.
Connects a foundation drain,
Yeah.
which is also called weeping tile pipe capping.
Yeah, some people call it that.
Right. For this measure, you can get up to $1,000 back. Okay. This prevents groundwater from potentially entering your basement at the point where your weeping tiles connect to the city's drainage system.
Okay, that's an important detail.
Yeah. Then we have downspout disconnection.
Okay.
For every downspout you disconnect from the city's storm sewer system,
Mm.
you can receive $125 back,
Okay.
up to a total of $500.
So if you have 4 downspouts, that's the max.
Exactly.
Okay.
So instead of that water going into the city system,
Uh-huh.
we can install underground downspout extensions,
Right?
okay, and direct that water safely away from your foundation.
So it's not contributing to the problem.
Exactly. And finally, there's the storm lateral backwater valve.
Okay.
Okay, and if you decide to install one of these, you also need to disconnect your downspouts to be eligible.
All right.
Okay. You can receive up to $1,500 back.
Okay.
A backwater valve is crucial because it prevents sewage and stormwater from backing up into your basement.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
No. Okay, so if you're planning to take advantage of these basement flooding protection rebates,
Okay.
here's what you need to do.
All right, break it down for me.
Step 1 is to hire a licensed waterproofing contractor in Mississauga, like DGI Waterproofing.
Okay.
Okay. The city requires that the work be performed by professionals,
Yeah.
okay, who hold a valid city business license.
So make sure you're working with someone reputable.
Exactly.
Mm.
Step 2 is to get a professional waterproofing assessment.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll come to your home, conduct a thorough assessment of your situation,
Right.
and recommend the most effective flood prevention measures that qualify for these rebates.
That's important.
Okay. Step 3 is submitting the rebate application to the city of Mississauga.
All right.
You can do this online or by mail.
Okay.
Okay. You'll need to include your property tax bill, the detailed invoices showing proof of the completed installation and confirmation that you've paid.
Okay, so make sure you keep all those documents handy.
Absolutely. And step 4 is to wait for the rebate approval.
All right, so sit back and relax.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, it usually takes about 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay, not too bad.
No. And just like the flood prevention rebate, this one is also first come, first served.
Okay, so again, don't delay.
No, get those applications in early. Now, before you jump in and apply, there are a few important things to keep in mind.
Okay, let's hear them.
Documentation is crucial.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, but make sure you keep every piece of paper, proof of ownership, quotes, invoices, proof of payment.
Oh, right, so everything...
Everything before and after photos, if possible.
Okay.
And for the flood resilience rebate,
Yeah.
evidence of any prior flooding,
Okay.
our team can definitely help you with all that.
So you're there to guide people through the process.
Absolutely. Second, don't delay your application.
Right. We've said this a few times.
Yeah, but it's worth repeating. These rebates are first come, first served,
Uh-huh.
and the funding could run out.
Okay.
Okay. Also, if you've had eligible waterproofing work completed after July 16th, 2024, you can actually apply retroactively,
Oh, that's good to know.
but you'll need to do so by August 1st, 2025.
Okay, so there's a window there.
Yeah. Third, if you live in a townhouse or your home's foundation is connected to a sanitary sewer,
Oh, okay.
there might be a few extra steps involved.
Right.
This could include needing pre-approval from the city or needing to consult with the region of Peel.
Okay.
Okay, we have a lot of experience with these situations.
Right.
And we can help you navigate the complexities.
So people don't have to worry too much about that.
No. And finally, it's important to remember that not all costs are covered by these rebates.
Okay.
Things like cosmetic repairs,
Yeah.
like replacing drywall, flooring, painting, those are not eligible.
So just the essential waterproofing work.
Exactly. Backup power systems for sump pumps and secondary sump pumps are also excluded.
Okay.
So the rebates are really focused on the waterproofing and flood prevention measures.
The stuff that actually prevents the flooding.
Yeah. So why should you go through the process of applying for these rebates?
Yeah, why bother?
Right. Well, first of all, it significantly reduces the cost
Okay.
of protecting your home from potential flood damage.
That's a big one.
Yeah. Second, it protects your property
Yeah.
from the risks of flood damage and mold.
Which can be really bad.
Mold can be a big problem.
Yeah.
Okay. Third, investing in proper basement waterproofing can increase the value of your property.
Oh, that's good to know.
And finally,
Yeah.
you might even see a reduction in your homeowner's insurance costs.
Oh, that's a bonus.
Yeah. So just to recap,
Okay.
up to $7,500 for proactive flood prevention
Right.
and up to $3,000 to help make your home more resilient if it's experienced flooding.
Okay.
This is a real opportunity for Mississauga homeowners,
It is.
and the time to act is now.
Don't wait.
Yeah. So remember, DGI Waterproofing is a fully licensed and experienced contractor.
Mm-hmm.
In Mississauga, we specialize in all the services eligible for these rebates.
Yeah.
Sump pump installations, downspout drainage solutions,
You name it.
everything in between. We have the expertise to get the job done right,
Yeah.
and we'll guide you through the entire rebate application process.
That's a huge help.
So don't wait until the next heavy rainfall.
Yeah.
Start thinking about this. Contact us at DGI Waterproofing today to
Oh.
schedule a comprehensive assessment.
Okay.
You can reach us at 647-483-2455
All right.
or visit our website at https.dgwaterproofing.ca. We've got all the resources there for you.
Thanks so much for joining us for this first deep dive into UnderCover, waterproofing, and underpinning secrets. We'll be back with more insights soon.
See you next time.